Do you want to use up 12 by 12 paper at record speed? I've got the perfect template for you today. Hi, I'm Jess from jesscrafts.com, and I'm going to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time, so let's get started. Today I have a template that will show you how to make 6 A2 size cards from one piece of 12 by 12 paper, but it's a really fast sketch and method to use. This is the Let's Be Mermaids collection from Opaque. It's an older collection. I don't think it's available any longer, but I like to use my stash because, I have it, and of course I like to buy new things too, but I also like to encourage you to go in and just pull all that 12 by 12 paper, beautiful paper that, maybe it's 5 years old, but you still love it, or 15 years old or more than that. But it's still beautiful. And so that's what I like to use some of those older papers that I have as well. This template needs a non-directional pattern paper. And by that, I mean a pattern paper that does not have a clear top or bottom, but instead you could turn it in any direction and it would work. If you're using double-sided paper, you could have one side of the paper be directional with a clear top or bottom, but you won't want both sides because the way that the main focal panel that you're cutting, that's going to have use the top of the paper as the top, but the strip along the side is not. So hopefully that's clear. And thank you to everyone who made suggestions for how to phrase that better as directional and non-directional. And that makes sense to me because that is what it's used in fabric. So when you need to know, like, if certain fabric has a direction, you need to really pay attention to that for cutting out patterns. And so hopefully that language will make sense. But particularly, I think Susan and Tracy left comments suggesting the directional versus non-directional thing. And I super appreciate you guys helping me out trying to figure out what the best way to phrase that was. Okay, so this sketch shows you how you take this long rectangle and you butt it up against the corner of the card. And so it's going to be like flush against one side of the card, the side that has the fold in it. And then the only thing you need in terms of cardstock mats, because that strip is not going to need one, is a mat for the larger panel. So it's 3 1/4 by 4. And therefore your mat, if you do the 1/4 inch like I like to do, is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. What's great is if you cut this from a complete sheet of 8 1/2 by 11 paper, you're only left with a teeny tiny strip akin to what is on the side of my paper trimmer there, that little strip. That's all that's left. And what I did and what I would do is I would take that little strip and immediately I tape it to any other strips I created during this process. And there I have my fake foam tape and I have no scraps left. So I think that's part of the reason that this particular template, and this is going to sound like me tooting my own horn quite a bit, but I just really love it because I could see making cards really fast with it and there's very little waste to go along with it. So here I'm showing you how you can take that strip that's supposed to go in the, like, flush against the side of the card and how you can make sure it lines up nicely. I'm using my Waffle Flower stencil mat. You could use your MISTI, or you could use a scoreboard, which one of my other viewers mentioned, I think Shari, mentioned that using the scoreboard would work. And I figure a lot of people probably have a scoreboard, so I think that's a great idea. I used my stencil mat because it's nice and flat and I had it to work with. But yeah, there's a couple different options there in terms of things that will help you. Honestly, plenty of times I've just kind of eyeballed it and, just did my best. I think a T-square ruler would be great too. Plenty of things. And then I will take the other chunk of pattern paper and I will place it on its cardstock mats. Now, I actually cut 2 pieces because I knew these would come together so fast and I just wanted to use up some pattern paper because I'm just like you guys where I have these things in my collection and I'm just looking to use them. But then when I come up with an idea, I create it into a template and share it with you guys so that I can spread the love there. But yeah, so that's why I did 2 sets, and you'll see that there are 12 cards because once I got into the pattern paper, I wanted to make more. I store all of my pieces as I'm working in these clear envelopes that I picked up on Amazon. I like them because They have a Velcro closure, so they close easily, quickly, and securely. And they have little holes, so you could put them in a binder, which can be kind of convenient if you want to like make a bunch of kits and then go traveling with them. I'm going to finish each set of cards a little bit differently. The one set has this paper that's like bubbles, and the other side was a purple paper. But it's not like super obviously like an ocean themed paper anymore, especially kind of the way that it was like broken up. The bubbles, I mean, once you know that it's a paper, like a ocean collection paper, it kind of makes sense that like what's on it, and those like little bumps on the purple side kind of look like seashells or whatever. But anyway, the other one I chose had these sea stars, and you could just kind of suggest that they're other stars, but just they really do look like sea stars. So I decided that I would make those my more ocean themed set. And then the other set, I would take this paper that came from an ocean mermaid theme and I would turn it into something else. So I cut a bunch of banners and stamped a sentiment on them. And I did, I can mass produce that. I can do 6 at one time. And then I'm going to add some stickers from the collection because I do have some of the stickers left. I find that it is, for me, a good idea to use the stickers as early as possible in working with the paper collection, because I have found in the past I'll save the stickers thinking, oh, I don't want to use them yet. Well, this is not maybe the perfect project. And then I only have a few sheets left of a particular pattern paper collection, and I haven't used any of the stickers, and I don't get to them all. So I'm kind of trying to push myself to really use the embellishments that come with my collection kits sooner rather than later and before they don't get used. If you want to finish off these cards on the inside, if you are going to, if you like to donate your cards like I do, or if you just like to send cards to just like kind of fun, no particular reason cards, I have jokes on my website. You can download and print them off and attach them to the inside of your cards, and they have all kinds of themes. I think of it because today I'm using an ocean theme, and I have one that's like just ocean animals, and I think I have a set that's like just mermaids too. So whatever theme you're looking for, check the website, see if I happen to already have a set of jokes that would work well, and please feel free to also suggest new themes that you think would work. Now, that first set of cards, I finished off more quickly and simply by doing the stamped sentiment, which I find stamping sentiments is faster than die cutting sentiments, and I used the stickers. For the second set of cards, I am going to color and fussy cut out stamps and cut out die cut words. And the reason I'm doing that is just so that you can see whether you have a bunch of pre-made embellishments, kind of like stickers that you need to use, or you, like me, like to do a lot of coloring or have a lot of stamps you want to use. These templates are great either way because it's just giving you the basis for where your embellishments go. And then you can jazz it up with whatever supplies you have on hand. Maybe you have a bunch of die cut words all ready to go. And so that's what you need to use up at that given moment. I just encourage you to always think of however you particularly want to embellish things. I'm going to use my Barely Art glue to secure all of this down because it's going to hold really well, and I find it a little bit easier than using my ATG. That little blue thing on my desk is a glue lounger, and I am forgetting to use it right now, but it does hold your glue with the tip facing down on a slight angle, and it means that your glue will always stay in the tip and ready to go. If you found this video inspiring, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know if you like this video with a share to your crafty community, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.